Hello, everyone. Let's talk about 3 common mistakes keeping you invisible to your perfect audience today. First off, before we dive in, I want to say, may the 4th be with you. Happy Star Wars Day. I'm representing. This is my Han Solo shirt. I think inspired by Andy Warhol, right? Is he the one who did this kind of artwork? Either way, may the 4th be with you. I'm super pumped. Probably tonight, my family and I are going to binge watch a couple Star Wars movies. Last May the 4th, we did the original trilogy. We may do the new trilogy this time. But if you're tuning in today, I want to talk to you about 3 big mistakes that every entrepreneur or business is making if they feel invisible and if they truly are invisible to their perfect audience. So what does it mean first to be invisible? This is when you're not seen, you're not heard, and you're the best kept secret to the people who need what you offer. So if you are invisible, this is often what it looks like. People don't know you exist, especially the people that you're like, oh, if only they knew about me, and if only they visited my website. And so people don't visit your website. People don't buy your products and services. People don't go and download lead magnets or other resources on your website. They don't read your blog. They're not on your email list. The list goes on. When you're invisible, that means your marketing is not working. And so what I want to talk about today is how to help you fix these 3 common mistakes. And obviously we'll talk about what they are, what they look like for you. And you'll find too that maybe among these 3 mistakes that exist that keep you invisible, maybe you're great at one, but not so great at another one. And so the more you can perfect your ability to fix these mistakes and then do them so well, that means your business is growing and that you're getting the attention you need to help serve your audience and guide them to the next step in working with you. Okay, so the first mistake that invisible brands experience is they have no clear message. So when they have no clear message, they can't cut through the noise online. They can't attract the perfect audience, and they often don't have the right market product fit. And so what does that look like even more? It means they can't talk about what they do in a confident and clear way, in a way that gets the right audience to listen. Because oftentimes, and you can raise your hand if you feel like you've been here, let's say you go to a networking event, maybe it's a big event, small scale event, you're interacting with people, whether it's virtual or in person, and you find that when people ask you that default question, who are you and what do you do? If you find yourself, especially at events that you may have your perfect audience members at, you find yourself saying, hey, I'm a business coach, or I'm a freelance graphic designer, or I help people grow their business with marketing. A lot of those kinds of statements and responses are very default and unoriginal. It may be clear, in quotes, clear for them to be like, okay, so they do that. But what you're missing the opportunity on is connecting with the people you're talking to in a way that gets them to identify whether they are a good fit or not for your business. And if they're not a good fit, then they'll immediately think of people who are. Because when you can talk about what you do and why you do it in a clear way that not only paints a picture of the problem that you help solve, but then the solution that you offer, and then the types of people that you work with, it helps you narrow down the niche of the marketplace that you serve and that perfect audience. And so having a clear message is foundational to everything you do with your content and with your marketing. And especially when you go to create video content like this, you find that the message that I'm talking about, and it's resonating, I'm sure, with those of you who feel this way, it's for those who feel and are invisible, who are the best kept secrets, who don't show up enough with video, with any kind of content online. And because of that, people don't visit their website. People don't take that next step in the buying journey in working with you. And so that often is a problem, is the struggling zone that you may be in of being unseen, being unheard, and kind of alone in the marketplace. You may have a few core clients if you're a service provider, or you may have sold your digital or physical product to, a small group of people or maybe more, but you're like, well, I'm ready to hit that next level and to reach more of the masses. So what that looks like is going from invisible to unforgettable to very visible. And that first step comes into your ability to know exactly how to talk about what you do and why you do it in your business. So that is the first common mistake that many invisible brands and entrepreneurs have when it comes to showing up and being visible to the perfect audience. The next one is that the next common mistake that is keeping you invisible is that there's no marketing plan. There's no predictable system that easily attracts people, generates quality leads, and then guides them to the sell. And when you have no effective and powerful sales funnel set up inside of your business, then you're missing a big opportunity here. Because it's one thing to know how to talk about what you do, but then when you can't fit that message inside of a marketing plan that works to generate traffic, to capture leads, and to make sales, then you are not growing your business. Hopefully, if you're in business at this point, it's commonplace that I need to do marketing, and maybe you are putting forward all this effort to create the content, to get it published, and to do all that you can do to get that attention, but you find that it's difficult to cut through that noise. That's why, as you listen or watch this, recognize that it comes first with your messaging and then fixing your marketing. And so in order to do that, it's important to be really clear on what is that journey that I'm guiding my customers on, whether they are learning about me for the first time, so you're getting that traffic, you're getting that attention, or they're showing that they like my brand, like what I stand for, and they're visiting my website. Maybe they're downloading a free resource, becoming a new lead, or maybe they are at that point that like, hey, I trust this person, I trust this brand, and I want to pay them in order to help me be more successful, whether in my business or my life with this product. And so that is the simple journey, those 3 steps of generating traffic, capturing leads, and making sales. And understanding that within each of these 3 phases in your marketing plan, that there are some essential marketing materials and resources you need to have in place to establish that foundation for your marketing so it actually works. And one of those pieces that is key is an effective website. Because you can do some work as far as getting some leads, getting some customers without a website, but your sales funnel often becomes you at this point. Your marketing often becomes you. If you are the source of your marketing, meaning you have to show up to the events, you have to reach out to the people, you have to do all those things, that there's still going to be a time and place for that as far as capturing attention. But if your marketing is fully reliant on you and it's very manual, not automated, then again, you're furthering this big mistake that exists in your business when there's no solid marketing plan in place. And another powerful piece about the marketing plan is that when you have the messaging fit in the marketing plan and that marketing plan exists, then any kind of content you create just empowers your ability to effectively market and attract the people you need, that perfect audience member to take the next step with you. And so this is going to guide any kind of video or podcast, any type of content you go to create. And that's what leads me to the next common mistake that many invisible brands make that keep them invisible. And that is, there is worthless video content that exists. You're creating worthless video content. And oftentimes what this looks like is you're not creating at all. So you're not even showing up with video. Or when you go to create video content, it's not fitting inside of your marketing plan. It's not delivering a clear and powerful message that attracts the right audience member, the right people. And so you need to have valuable video content that invites your audience, that perfect someone and many people, into a clear story that is about them, a way to connect your message to a bigger mission. Because when you can invite your customers into a story, right? Talk about them, talk about their pain points. You notice I'm doing that a little bit in this piece of content today, is that I'm talking about to you who are struggling, right? That's a part of your story, is this struggle. Okay, so how can you get out of this struggle of feeling like you're the best kept secret? You want to be more seen and heard. You want to level up your marketing and your content, your messaging. Then it comes down to following and fixing these 3 mistakes and making them work for you. And a powerful piece of this too is when you can build a story, a brand story in your business that clearly guides your customers on a journey to learn more about themselves, learn more about the problems they're experiencing. And the more that they see that you understand their problem, the more that they'll see that you have the solution to that problem, the more they'll buy into the vision you have for the future of your brand, of their lives, and that mission. Because what the vision and the mission are, by the way, is the vision is the future that you're guiding your audience and your customers to, and the mission, so the why, like why are we doing this? Like what are we guiding this towards? And the mission is how you're going to get there. So getting clear on that and making sure that as you communicate and talk about your vision and then your mission, so the why and then the how, then the what you do will come through the content you put out there and the messaging and the movement that you're building. And that becomes the story that your audience feels connected to and that they can believe in. And so that's really how you can get all of this value, deliver all these tools and information that your audience needs to be successful, and giving them continuous wins to feel confident in working with you, whether it's in a free way, like they're experiencing you on social media or other places that you show up with your content, or it's in a paid way after they bought into your products and services. And a big thing to keep in mind here too, and this is with the aspect of, and I would even add as like a 4th common mistake that keeps you invisible, is you are creating only education content. The how-to, the tutorials, the kind that really cater to the algorithm and SEO. Of course, those have their purpose, and you can generate a lot of traffic, especially on YouTube, with SEO-driven content, favoring the algorithm and all of that. But if you build your business solely on education content, then you can only go so far. And this is why. Imagine, maybe even do it now. Go to YouTube or go to Google and type in, here's the most random tutorial, how to tie my shoe. Maybe I'm teaching my 4-year-old how to tie a shoe for the first time. So how to tie your shoe. How many tutorials and training videos, education content, do you think you'll find in the search results? Which one will stand out? Like, is there a particular business that you're like, hey, I'm just looking for, see if they have one that I can trust and follow? No, like usually you'll trust most of the content that shows up in the feed because it's favored to the algorithm, the SEO. And if that fits within your brand narrative and the mission and the vision you're building, that type of tutorial, then by all means, go and create it. And how-to content, education content has its time and place. However, again, if you focus only on that, you're going to get lost in that noise of all of those search results that people are trying to discover. But if you can rope people in and feel inspired and motivated to follow you based on your movement building content, so this is the content that does invite your audience into a story about them, that does talk about identities, talks about their belief systems and how to transform those beliefs to feel confident that they can be successful in working with you through your products and your services, then what happens is they are emotionally bought in to then be intellectually bought in with education content. So there's the emotional buy-in, right, with movement building content, and then there's the intellectual buy-in with education content. And another way, I mean, I think about it too, is the buy-in through the heart, so the emotional, and the mind, the intellectual. So you want to really convert people through the heart and mind, connect to their heart and mind. And so that's why I'm saying I'm not discrediting the education content because of course you want to cater to the algorithm and do all the SEO work to capture that attention to grow. But you want to make sure that you infuse your clear brand story, so your message, and have a powerful marketing plan in place so you guide your customers to what that next step looks like through the sales funnel. And then the video content you're creating has a focus and a priority on movement building content around identity, beliefs, to then having education content as it makes sense. So again, this kind of fourth bonus common mistake is you focus solely on education content. So those are 4 common mistakes that are keeping entrepreneurs and businesses invisible, unseen, unheard, the best kept secret to the audience that needs what they offer. If this sounds like you, if you feel like, yeah, like I should be showing up more, I know I need to be creating more content, I need to put myself out there. You may feel like you're stuck in the weeds inside your business, doing a lot of the day-to-day, whatever it may be, then I would love to invite you to join us here at Video Supply, our video advertising system and company, to transform the way that you show up, to go from invisible to unforgettable, and the visionary brand that you know that you are. And you can do that best by building a video marketing machine inside your business, one that's automated and set up to help you confidently and consistently show up to your perfect audience, all with having that clear marketing plan with a clear message and powerful video content that exists to help you show up daily. And you can do that through a video series that we have coming up. This video series launches, and it's free. It launches on June 1st. You can go to videosupply.com/series to register, get your free ticket. It's a 5-part series where we're going to talk about how to become the visionary you know that you are through transforming your business from invisible to unforgettable. And then at the end, we'll invite you to enroll in our Video Supply program that is becoming available here in June. And so effectively, it's a wait list to this program. As you register for the series, watch these 5-part episodes, and then join us inside of Video Supply. So again, you can go to videosupply.com/series to learn more about that. Thanks for tuning in. If you find that you are experiencing one or all of these common mistakes that all invisible brands or entrepreneurs do have, they have at least one or all of them existing if they're invisible and the best kept secret. If you are interested in fixing these and empowering your business, empowering your team to stand out and be the top choice always for your perfect audience, then tune in further. We'll have more of these episodes and more of these messages available to you to transform the way you do your content and your messaging. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode.